What's good, y'all? It's Clyde, aka Archangel Uriel, aka Blackheart, BLACHART. Don't forget to use the search filter when you're looking up my name or my channel because it doesn't always pop up when you type it in right for some reason. I don't know. But right now, right here and now, we've got Animism versus Paganism versus not having a name or no thing. Let's get it, y'all. The song is Z, Z-E-E.
We burning bridges like shit in the time changes like I'm beating down. We all feel the vibe. I've been on my side, then I went to the other side. Yeah, we went and died, but we still came out alive. We don't think about surviving troubles in our dreams. It's a real nightmare when these things ain't what they seem. They all told me that he thought a boy a demon scene, but we still our hearts to breathe. Blow a kick and even ring. Yeah, it's in the genes. Don't get ready to eat. That's what it's all me. So a fire like speed. I've been doing nothing like how can I be? You don't even gotta smoke to feel the vibe up in me. Touch me in the water like a lion when I die. If it seems with the weight of the seas for the hate. What's so wild, let it turn to eve. Walking sun and let it freeze. But the only thing we need is the things we don't see. Big bright star, yeah, I've been on one. I've been speaking so I might think that I'm cognizant. I've been getting out, I ain't wanted a job or nothing. It was in the cold, I ain't have a frown or nothing, frown or nothing, frown or nothing. Don't see something we don't see. Don't see something we don't see.
Okay, so first of all, animism is described as a belief system. I don't believe in shit. I don't have any systematic anything in my mind. I'm no think. You You can't describe me. But it does say that animism is the foundational belief system that all natural objects, creatures, and phenomena, including plants, rivers, rocks, and weather systems, possess a distinct spiritual essence or soul. What they believe is true in animism, but the fact that it's a belief means that they don't believe it. They think it's a lie, really. Because it takes it has the word lie in it. Bly fuck. It's fucking your mind with a bly, with a being a lie. It's fucking your mind with being a lie. That's what belief is. That's the energy of belief. It's got lie right in it. Y'all should know this. But it's hidden. That's why I'm here to help y'all see. See? Let's get it, y'all. For real. It is considered one of the oldest non-institutionalized worldviews, emphasizing that the world is inhabited by spirits with agency, which just means divine intervention, volition, which just means will, and power, so willpower. They just spit it up. That influence human life. We don't want to get lost in the left brain. When you become too left brain, things become too structured. Things become a jail. Things become a prison. Things become barred. Things become trapped. Things aren't free in the left brain. It's up to the right brain to free the left brain. It's up to us to activate our right brain, the yin realm, to go within ourselves, really. And just the fact that it's focusing on time and saying that it's one of the oldest, it's trying to trick you into saying it's one of the oldest, so it's got to be true, which it does have. Almost every religion has a little bit of truth in it, I won't lie. But it doesn't have the full truth of everything y'all need to know to awaken to awaken the soul. And that's why I'm here, that's why Eric's here, and that's why Dolo's here. Uriel. It is considered one of the oldest non-institutionalized. That just means it's not a business. Which is really a good thing to not be a business. Because we don't want to label ourselves and attach ourselves to this world any more than we have to. Now, this is core beliefs and roles of spirits. Universal spirit. Animists believe that spirits, rather than just matter, animate the universe. All things, animate and inanimate, animate and inanimate, have a living soul or spirit. Now, what I just said, we don't believe shit that y'all say we believe. Stop saying, putting your energy on us, pulling on our energy, trying to say that animism is believing whatever is believing. Christianity is believing. You gotta believe this, believe that. I'm tired of y'all lies. You're trying to get us to believe everything, pulling on our energy, making us feel bad for y'all. No, we're not believing anything anymore. We know the truth. We're no thing. You can't describe us. You can't label us. You can't call us a name. So, nobody believes that there's spirits animating the universe. Nobody believes all things animate and inanimate have a living soul or spirit. Those are things that are absolute truth. So why would they even write it as a belief? It's from Google. AI overview. Told y'all AI is not good. Don't go off of AI trying to get y'all knowledge. Don't go off of AI. It's wrong. It don't know. It don't have a spirit. It's not good. It's dark. It's harmful. I'm telling y'all, really harmful. Power in relationship. Spirits possess power and can be either helpful or malevolent. They are not necessarily worshipped, but are engaged with through relationship and respect to maintain balance. That's actually true. That's a little bit of truth. Excuse me. Causes of events. Earthly occurrences such as illness, accidents, or natural disasters are often interpreted as having spiritual causes, such as offended spirits or disturbed nature. It said often. And interpreted. These things do have spiritual causes. Every single thing in the world has a spiritual cause. Everything in existence has a spiritual cause. And unexistent, unmanifested things have a spiritual cause. Practices associated with animism, rituals and offerings. To appease potentially vindictive spirits or to gain favor, animists often perform rituals, offer gifts, or adhere to specific customs. Sounds like somebody stepping outside themselves. If I can worship some spirits, because they're scared of them, or they want to gain personal power. Sounds wrong to me. Shamanism. These are practices associated with animism. The rituals and offerings was a practice associated with animism. Shamanism. Many animistic cultures rely on shamans or spiritual intermediaries to communicate with the spirit world, heal, or provide guidance. That's just a fact. Respect for nature. Because the landscape is seen as alive and full of sentient beings, practices often focus on living in harmony with nature and respecting sacred sites like trees, mountains, or rivers. That's good. It's good to have respect for nature. See, it's a little bit of truth in everything, but I'm just here to point out the lies. It's out there that I had to see through hell. Hell. Right here. Hell. That's enough of that. Now, paganism. Paganism is a broad and diverse term that has evolved from a historical label. I already told you about labels and history. You don't need to study history. You don't need to think about history. You don't need to prepare for the future with history. We already know these things deep down in our spirit, and we know the truth of what happened in certain events where they try to lie and cover it up and act like it was something else that happened. No, we know the truth, and it's all coming to light soon enough. You can't use terms to describe no thing. It's no thing. A term is a thing. So it's already wrong right there. So paganism is a broad and diverse term that has evolved from a historical label for non-Abrahamic religions into a vibrant, self-identified modern spiritual movement. Religion really just codes for bondage. That's all. And who is identifying with self and calling themselves spiritual? That is not spiritual to identify with any self. We're supposed to have no self. Anytime you see an eye, you're supposed to exit out, get rid of it. Be aware of it, but don't become it. That's how you exit out. Be aware of it, observe it, just look and listen. And then you can activate the other senses on it. And then it becomes a game with a cheat code of sense. And then it's easy. It's easy. It could be easy. It could be easy. It could be easy. Do, 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 do. It generally emphasizes a reverence for nature, the recognition of multiple deities, and a non-dogmatic approach to personal spirituality. Okay, so I clicked multiple deities and I clicked non-dogmatic approach because those were links. And they took me to Paganism 101 from University of Massachusetts, EDU, and some article that I already had pulled up that was pretty good. But neither of those things was what I was expecting or looking for when I clicked the link. Even though we're supposed to have no expectation, that wasn't right. They should have gave me the definitions. Not some biased approach. No. Okay, so we don't have hold up. Okay, so this actually has a little bit of truth in it. Reverence for nature is very important. Recognition of multiple deities. In reality, deities are supernatural, often immortal beings, having power over aspects of life or nature, functioning as creators, protectors, or rulers. We're creators of our life, protectors of our life, and rulers of our life. This is facts. But there's no reason that we should be revered in religions. There should be nobody worshiping anybody. You don't worship anybody. You don't worship nobody. You don't worship anything. You don't worship no thing. Nobody gets worshipped because we're all on equal playing ground. This world is equal. Nobody is above anybody, no matter what. That's enough for deities. And a non-dogmatic approach to personal spirituality. All right, let's look up non-dogmatic, y'all. Non-dogmatic describes an open-minded, flexible approach that avoids rigid adherence to fixed doctrines, beliefs, or ideologies. Okay. That's just the left brain, lost in the mind way of describing what I'm doing right here. An open-minded, flexible approach that avoids rigid adherence to fixed doctrines, beliefs, or ideologies. Crazy because I'm a fixed sign, but I don't adhere to any belief. I'm unindoctrinated, and I don't fuck with ideas. No ideas here. I know. But don't describe me as non-dogmatic, because I'm no thing. Remember, don't get lost in words. You can get lost in the energy, but not the word. When we get lost in the energy, we find our way back to our spirit, our home. Remember, words only point to what they are. It's up to us to understand the vibration. Side note, the multiverse raised in vibration as a whole. Crazy. First time. Animism. This shit sound like anime. Alright, I'm gonna read the better definition of paganism, of the origins of the term paganism. First of all, sacrificing anything is demonic as fuck. I don't know who would do that shit, but it's some fucked up motherfuckers out there. So be careful. If you see anybody talking about any sacrificing or sacrificial lamb or anything like that, get away from that motherfucker. That motherfucker crazy. He gonna sacrifice your ass if you get the chance to. The term paganism was coined in the 4th century by Christians living in the Roman Empire for anyone who did not follow Christianity or Judaism. It comes from the Latin word paganus, which means country dweller. The implication was that there were country bumpkins stuck in old ways and not yet adopted the modern religion of Christianity. So that's essentially saying that paganism was a term from the 4th century by Christians who lived in the Roman Empire. Just because they called them that, just because they didn't follow Christianity or Christ or Judas. It comes from the Latin word paganus, which means country dweller. Paganus means something else. I ain't gonna say it though. The implication was that there were country bumpkins. That's why country dweller and country bumpkins are in quotes, because it really don't mean that. Stuck in old ways and not yet adopted the modern religion of Christianity. So they were saying that they were country folk who just hadn't come around to being Christian yet. And they would eventually become Christian. So it's basically describing it as something for a Christian to keep hoping that this person who's viewed as a pagan with their beliefs is actually gonna become Christian at one point. But the true Christianity, to really be like Christ and to do like Christ, it's no thing. It's spirituality. It's meditation. You have to be in between frequencies. It's deep. The truth of it all. In the Middle Ages, while Islam was also viewed as a non-pagan religion, the term paganism continued to be used to refer to anyone who did not follow the Abrahamic religions. It carried the derogatory connotation that pagans worship false gods and are barbarians. It basically said in the Middle Ages, people are on the same shit. And it became a derogatory word, pagan. Because people because these had connotation because people say, because connotation is just what people say about something that becomes a believed truth. So that they worship false gods and are barbarians. That's because they were sacrificing motherfuckers and they were walking around saying they were gods so they could take and steal shit and rape people and all that other bullshit. That's not spiritual. That ain't no thing. That's fucked up. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta go within and notice for yourselves too. Because y'all know this already. I'm just reminding y'all what y'all already know. However, in the 20th century, various groups that rejected mainstream religious traditions reclaimed the term paganism. The term neo-paganism is often used to distinguish these modern pagans from our ancestors, who would have never referred to themselves as pagans. Christians created the term pagan to create us and them categories. This would not have been meaningful to those who practiced pre-Christian religions. Like I said, religion just means bondage. Anytime you're practicing religion, you're practicing some sort of bondage. These are facts. So basically, however, in the 20th century, various groups that rejected mainstream religious traditions reclaimed their left brain and fell asleep in her left brain even more by reclaiming the term paganism. The term neo-paganism is often used to distinguish these modern pagans from our ancestors. First of all, we shouldn't be labeling ourselves at all. That's the problem. We're not pagans. Nobody is. Nobody these days is pagans. They've been removed from existence. Because them motherfuckers were fucked up. That were Satanists. They were the first Satanists. That's all they were. Who would have referred to themselves as the term, Christians created the term pagan to create us and them categories. Well, people lost in the mind create terms all the time to get more lost in the mind. The more words we use and identify ourselves with, the more lost we're gonna be in this world, no matter what happens. Really, I'm trying to warn y'all. Don't get lost in the left brain. Go into the right brain. Go within yourself. Go to the yin realm. Anything you need to find is in the yin realm. That's the spiritual place. Anything you need to find is in the yin realm. Anything you need to find is in the yin realm. I'm gonna play out one more song before I talk about what's a no thing. I talked about what it's not and what it's related to. I didn't talk about what it is really. Anything you need to find is in the yin realm. Anything you need to find is in the yin realm.
Everything is nothing, and no thing is everything. Nothing all that matters, but half of us is everything. Half of us is music, but I'd rather sing. And we look for better things. Well, we just need better rings. I know what I know, no turning back. First in the little and it's no comparing back. We think we know it all, and comparing back. Better get your own track before I take it back. All the clouds I see don't stop the sun, they don't stop the sun. All the clouds I see don't stop the one, they don't stop the one. All the clouds I see don't stop the fun, they don't stop the fun. All around the sea, no one can go.
3333. 4 threes. Scared of the dark. What's really bad? No, the evil in the heart is alive. What's really bad? No, the evil in the heart lives alive. Get your ego in check. These ain't attacks to fill the gaps, dabbing up our pain. We view it back. So if we ever feel pain, we do it back. Love I will, I feel I be. I am until I'm nothing again. Love I will, I feel I be. I am until I'm nothing again. Until I'm nothing again. Until I'm nothing again. touch the sky with me? Wow, for real. Who wanna touch the sky with me? Real talk. So not having a name or what's considered your thing. That's it right there. No label, no name, no thing. So not being a thing is simply no words in your head, no pictures in your head, no expectation, no intention. It's purity. It's a very pure and serene space. It's a space we're supposed to learn on earth at the gates of hell and take with us to the lower astrals to heal the lower astrals and help God heal. That's our purpose here. To heal God. Because everything is God. Even the lower astrals. Or the hell worlds. So people need to stop living in the fantasy world of religion and thinking that we're supposed to go to a special place after this. We're going to a special place, but it's not what y'all think it is. It's lower. It's not up. This is the first place you incarnate. But many times to learn at the school of earth, to eventually graduate as a motherfucking superhuman. Whatever you want to call it. But really just know that it doesn't have a name. It's no thing. And that in itself is freedom. It's freedom from chains. It's freedom from bondage. It's freedom from religion. It's freedom from spirituality. It's freedom from animism and paganism. It's freedom from labels, from names, from judgment. Freedom from every single thing in existence. And it's only right we continue to raise the vibration of the multiverse. So let's get it, y'all. Blackheart, signing off. Yo!